building a community of lifelong learners.
Welcome to Word Step-by-Step Guide. This is Guide 2 of Microsoft Word. This tutorial will discuss about formatting in Word. The following topics will be discussed: text formatting, paragraph formatting, column and styles, table formatting, and lastly illustrations topic in Word. I hope you will find it useful. Let's start this tutorial. This chapter is about text formatting. We will cover the following topics for discussion: basic text formatting and advanced text formatting. By formatting text, we can draw the reader's attention to specific parts of a document, and also highlight certain important information. By changing text attributes such as font, size, and color. This is simple exercise by changing text attributes. Select the first line in the first paragraph. In the font group, apply the bold, italic and underline attributes. Select the second paragraph. Click the font drop-down list box and click a different font. The font names are listed in alphabetical order. When you move your mouse over various fonts, Word shows you the preview of what selected text will look like. Click the font size drop-down box and click a size 20. While the text still selected, click the arrow next to the font color button, change the font color to blue. Notice how the font color button has changed from default red to blue, because the button remembers the last color selected. If we select the third paragraph, and click the arrow down under font group, we will have more options for font. Look at the preview pane on the dialog box. If we select options below such as strike through, double strike through, superscript, subscript, small caps, all caps, and hidden. Now let's move on with advanced text formatting. If we click on Advanced tab, under Character Spacing, we have the option to adjust the scale, with those predefined scale, or we can type our preference scale. Next below to scale, we have spacing option, which we can change to normal, expanded and condensed. Please check out the preview below, when we select the option. And we have also position option, such as normal, raised and lower. And we also have kerning. We recommend to enable kerning, to make the text more readable and legible, because depends on the font, some characters can be too spaced apart. Word also support options for OpenType font features. OpenType fonts can contain thousands of characters, and alphabets such as Latin, Greek, or Kanji for Japanese use, and also support advanced features. OpenType font provides features generally for designer. The average computer user commonly do not use the advanced features. For now we leave it as default. Right down below there is a text effects button. If we click on it, it will bring up Format Text Effects, as shown on screen. On the first tab, we have options such as Text Fill and Text Outline option, and the color to choose from. The next tab, we have more options, such as Shadow, Reflection, Glow, Soft Edges, and 3D Format. There are many sub-options available for each of them. For this tutorial, we will not go into detail into each options and features. We leave the default as is. This chapter is about paragraph formatting, which consists of alignment, indentation, spacing, bullet and numbered list and also border. Formatting paragraph in Word. allows for easy reading and navigation, and also makes information more accessible to the reader. Let's start by performing simple exercise, changing the page alignment. First select the paragraph. Then go to Home tab, in the paragraph group, click Align Text Left button. Now the paragraph is aligned to the left. If we click Centers, the text in the paragraph is aligned on center page. Change the alignment, by clicking Align Right, lines the text up against the right margin. The paragraph is aligned to the right. And lastly, change the alignment to Justify, lines the text up against the left and right margins. With the paragraph still selected, click the dialog box launcher, to access more paragraph formatting options. On the Indents and Spacing tab, in the Spacing section, click the Line Spacing drop-down arrow, and click Double. Click OK to close the paragraph dialog box. Line and paragraph spacing will adjust how much space appear between lines of text or paragraph. Next, let's change the paragraph indentation. For this exercise, we will turn on Ruler, by going to View tab, then put a check mark on Ruler. Now, let's go back to Home tab. Place the cursor insertion point on the first paragraph. In the paragraph group, click the dialog box launcher. On the Indents and Spacing tab, in the Indentation section, click the special drop-down arrow, and click First Line, then click OK. Now the first line of the paragraph is now indented. Repeat the same steps before, but this time we choose Hanging Indent. This time all lines of a paragraph are indented, except the first line. Notice, on the ruler, we could also adjust the indentation manually, by moving the slider accordingly. Now let's perform simple exercise by creating bullet list. Generally, bullet lists is used when the order of the items is not important. First, we need to position the cursor where we want to insert the bullet list. On the Home tab in the ribbon, click the Bullet List button. Position the cursor and press Enter to insert next bullet list. Type on your second bullet list. We can also change the bullet list style, by clicking the bullet list drop-down arrow. Click the Bullets List button again. This will end the list. Next, let's create numbered list. Numbered lists is similar to bullet lists, but it uses sequential numbers in front of the first line. We use numbered lists when the order of the items is important. First, place the insertion point cursor where we start numbered list. As we type and press Enter, the next numbered list is generated automatically. Just like bullet list, we can also change the style of numbered list, by click the drop-down arrow. Click the numbering button to end your list. Beside bullet and numbered list, there is a multilevel lists. We use multilevel lists when we want to create an outline of items, where each item can have its own sublist of items. First, place the insertion point, and click multilevel list. And start typing. On the second list, we will press Tab to create the next level. Press and hold Shift key and Tab to move to higher levels. When finished with the list, press Enter until no more bullets appear. The last topic on paragraph formatting is the shading and border. Shading simply change in the color behind the text, paragraph, or table. This is highlight certain important point. Simply select the text or the paragraph and click the shading button. As for border, is by adding the bottom, top, left and right border on the selection text or paragraphs. There are many other options on the border, as you can see on the screen. Borders and shading will enhance the look and make the text and paragraph more presentable. And that's it, that's conclude our discussion about paragraph formatting. In this section, we will discuss about column and styles in words. Similar like newspaper format, Word allows you to divide the page vertically into 2 or more columns. Column allows for easy reading of document, some information articles, like newspaper or flyer, are best presented in column. In this section, we will discuss how to create multiple column layouts, and also how to change number of columns in a column layout. To get started, first start with insertion point, and then go to Layout tab. Under Page Setup, click the arrow down on columns and select 2. Now the whole page of document is divided into 2 separate columns. Let's undo this change, and instead we will create 2 columns on selected paragraph. First select the paragraph. In this example, we will select first and second paragraph. Then on columns we select 2. Now the paragraph is divided into 2 columns. But now we want specific text to go into second column. In this case, still on the same page setup, we will click arrow down on breaks, and select column. Now that particular text is moved to the next column. Please note, there are more options on columns features. If we click column and select more columns, it will bring up dialog box as shown on screen. Here we can change the width and spacing of the column. We could also apply the column to selected section or the whole document. If we are satisfied with the default option, we can click OK button to close the column dialog box. Besides the column dialog box, alternatively, we could also adjust the column width and spacing by adjusting the indent and margin on the ruler. If we change our minds and wants to revert to single column, we could easily select the paragraphs again and click columns and then 1. Because earlier on, we selected column breaks, then that particular paragraphs is on the next page. To bring that paragraph back, we could simply click the delete key on the insertion point. Now the paragraph is back to its original position. Now that's brief discussion and exercise about column. Let's move on with styles. Word style is a set of formatting that allows you to change fonts, color, and apply it to text, tables, or lists in your document to change their appearance, so the document will look more presentable and professional. To apply a style, simply place the insertion point or cursor, then on Home tab, hover the mouse over the styles and preview of the styles. Alternatively, we could select the text or paragraph we want to change. Then go to Home tab, and under Styles, click the More drop-down arrow. Select the desired style from the drop-down menu. The paragraph now will appear in the selected style. We could also create our own styles. By clicking the drop-down arrow on Styles, then click New Styles button. Create New Style dialog box appear. We could change the style type, style-based and so on. For this exercise, we leave as default, with the name Style 1 as default to, then click OK. Now as you notice, the new style that we just created is appear on Styles. This features will save time, especially if we have predefined set of fonts, color, paragraph, and so on, to our preferences. We could also modify or delete our styles that we just created. Click the drop-down arrow, and click Manage Styles. Select the Styles one and click Modify or Delete button. Explore the Recommend tab, the Restrict tab, and Set Default tab. There are many features and options to choose from, which would be too lengthy to discuss in this tutorial. We could click OK to close dialog box. Try creating new styles your own, and experimenting different options, colors, and font to your preferences. This concludes our discussion about styles. This chapter discuss about tables and formatting in Word. Table consists of grid of cells in rows and columns. Using tables to organize data is the preferred method, especially if the data is complex and detailed. Words allows us to create table to highlight certain trends or patterns. There are a few methods to create table in Word. The first method. At the insertion point, go to Insert tab, then click the Table command. On the drop-down menu on the grid, hover the mouse over the columns and rows we want, and click the mouse. The table will be created at the insertion point. We may start entering the text inside the table. To move between cells, we can use the Tab key, arrow keys, or mouse click. To insert new row or new column, we can right-clicking mouse, select Insert, and select Insert Row or Insert Column, whether top or bottom, or left or right. The second method of creating table. Place the cursor at the insertion point, go to Insert tab, then click the Table command. On the drop-down menu, click Insert Table. Then on the Insert Table dialog box, select number of columns and rows, leave the rest of options as default and click OK. On the new table we just created, we can basically insert new row or insert new columns. The third method of creating table. Click Insert tab, then click the Table command. On the drop-down menu, click Draw Table. The mouse point will change to pencil icon, which we can start creating table. Once we finish creating or drawing table using the pencil icon, click Escape key, and the mouse pointer will revert back to default. The advantage using this method is, we can draw table at any insertion point. Let's delete our table, and move on the next method. The fourth method of creating table is, by converting text into table. First select the text or paragraph. Then click Insert tab, then click the Table command. And select Convert Text to Table command. On the dialog box, we can adjust the settings. We will choose comma, as the options under Separate Text at. This is how Word separate the text, and place it into different column. Click OK, then the paragraph will appear in the table column. The next method of creating table, is by Excel spreadsheet. At the insertion point, go to Insert tab, then click the Table command. Then select Excel spreadsheet. Excel spreadsheet will appear, and we have full functionality of Excel spreadsheet table in Word document. The last method of creating table in Word is by using predefined style table with formatted and styles of color and fonts. Word has various built-in table formats and styles, such as calendar, double table, matrix, and so on. For this exercise, we will select tabular list. Now the tabular list table is created, where we place the insertion point. Now, let's discuss about modifying tables. We can easily change the table appearance. There are some options for customization, such as adding rows or columns, and changing the table style. We have learned how to add row by right-clicking mouse. There is another method of adding row or column, by hovering outside the table, then click the plus sign. The row or column will be added. Deleting the row or column is by placing the insertion point in the row or column we want to delete. Then right-click, and select Delete Cells from the menu. Now the cell is deleted. We can also resize the column or row width. Adjusting the row or column width is simply by dragging the mouse to the left or right, or top to bottom. We could start dragging the mouse when the mouse pointer changed to double arrow. We can also change the table style look and feel, such as color, borders, and fonts. This is done almost instantly. We can simply click anywhere in the table, and then click the Design tab on the far right of the ribbon, and select the style that we want. There are more styles, if we click more drop-down arrow. Now let's modify our table style options. When we have chosen our table style, we can change various options to our preferences. Click anywhere in our table, then navigate to the Design tab. We can change the cell shading, by simply selecting the row or column and click Shading drop-down and select the color. Under the bordered group, we can select all the rows and column, and select borders, then all borders. Now the table has all borders visible. We can change the line length of the table border. For this exercise, we select 3 points. The mouse pointer will become border pointer. Then we can simply click any border we want, to change to become 3 points thicker. When finished, we can click the border pointer, or press the escape key, then the mouse pointer will revert to default. This concludes our discussion about table and formatting. This chapter will discuss about illustrations in Microsoft Word. Illustrations group in Words allows us to insert pictures, shapes, smart art, and charts into our document, which will enhance the layout and appearance of documents. Inserting picture or image in Words is pretty simple. In our document, first place the insertion point, where we want our image to appear. Then go to Insert tab, under Illustrations group, click Pictures, then select the picture. We can resize our picture by adjusting the picture pointer on each corner. Words also allow us to insert shapes, such as square, circle, triangle, and so on. First place the insertion point, where we want our image to appear. Then go to Insert tab, under Illustrations group, click Pictures, then select the picture. In our example, we will select square. Then we can modify our square by changing the color, or adding more shapes inside, such as star. Now let's discuss about Smart Art. Smart Art allows us to convert text into graphic. To insert a Smart Art graphic, first place the insertion point in the document where we want the Smart Art graphic to appear. From the Insert tab, select the Smart Art command in the Illustrations group. On the dialog box, select a category on the left. Choose the desired Smart Art graphic, then click OK. In this exercise, we will select Organization Chart. The Smart Art graphic of organization chart will appear in our document. We can add text to our organization chart graphic. Select the Smart Art graphic. On text pane, we can start typing. If the text pane is not visible, we can simply click the left arrow on Smart Art graphic. This will turn on the text pane. Then we can enter text next to each bullet in the text pane. The text will appear in the corresponding shape. Please note the text will be auto-resized to fit inside the shape. Alternatively, we can also add text directly inside the shape. We can reorder, add, and delete the shapes. In our organization chart, to change the order of the shape, we can simply select the desired bullet, then press the Tab key. The bullet will move to the right, and the shape will move down one level. We can also press the Backspace key, then the bullet will move to the left, and the shape will move up one level. To add a new shape, place the insertion point after the desired bullet, then press Enter. A new bullet will appear in the text pane, and a new shape will appear in the graphic. Removing the shape is by pressing Backspace until the bullet is deleted. The shape will then be removed. The other way of organizing the shape is by using the commands on the Design tab in the Create Graphic group. We can use Promote and Demote command to move a shape up or down between levels. Move up and move down arrow is to change the order of shapes on the same level. Let's try to customize our organization chart Smart Art. We can change our Smart Art appearance. On the Design tab, we can change the looks and feel. To change the Smart Art style, simply select the desired style from the Smart Art Styles group. We can also change our Smart Art color scheme. To change the colors scheme, simply click the Change Colors command, and select the desired option from the drop-down menu. We can also customize each shape independently. We can simply select any shape in the graphic, and then choose the desired option from the Format tab. For example, we will change to rounded square. Lastly, we can change the Smart Art layout. There are various Smart Art layout design to choose from. First, select the Smart Art, and hover our mouse to desired layout, then click the mouse to pick our layout design. There are more layout designs if we click on the More drop-down arrow in the Layouts group. We can choose the desired layout, or click More Layouts to see even more options. The selected layout will appear and change our Smart Art design. This topic wrapped up this lesson. I hope you enjoy and continue with next lesson. Please share your view and feedback. Please do not forget to subscribe and like this video. Thank you.